Alright. Okay, I should be live. Wait. Let me see. Make sure that this thing is running. Okay, it's running. Let's go. Okay, so, dude, since I have nothing better to fucking do today, it's 2:30 a.m. I just woke up. I'm not sure if I should even leave my webcam on. If it doesn't, like, lag too much, I'll, like, go. So, yeah, we're just gonna look at, Matt Walsh making, fun of trans people, whatever. Dude, we want to hear him talk about either women's rights or trans people, because his take on any of that is gonna be fucking, like, hilarious, dude. But, like, firstly, I mean, and there's also this guy that I put in the thumbnail. Apparently, dude, that sounds pretty lit. But to be honest, I don't know. Like, I might do that later because reacting to someone's reaction to this who already agrees with it, it's like, fuck, dude, let's look at Matt Walsh, dude. Let's look at what he has to say about this shit. So, yeah, like, the only reason we're looking at this, dude, I didn't fucking react to it, but he fucking spent an hour reacting to it. So, what the fuck did he have an hour worth of shit to say about this? I'm sort of curious, dude. So fucking let's do this shit.
Scandal in recent memory. A Senate staffer filmed a gay porn video.
Did he say like one of the
today the Matt will show in the most disgusting sex scandal in recent memory.
The most disgusting sex scandal in recent memory. Dude, here's an hour worth of shit that's like say things on this, dude. That's fucking.
A Senate staffer filmed a gay porn video inside the Capitol. The media doesn't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it for different reasons, but we will today.
The media doesn't want to talk. Oh, so you don't want to talk about it for different reasons. Well, why? Because it undermines the institution you have just so much, like, faith in. Okay, dude. Okay, and it's like. But apparently, like, I definitely believe Secular Talk when he says it's not definitely not the first time this shit has happened. It's like, dude, it's not like when there was cocaine on the floor of the Biden White House. Matt Walsh just comes out. I don't really want to talk about it, but here we are. Oh, dude, I'm sure you didn't want to talk about this, dude. As if this wasn't your fucking topic.
Also, Hollywood's next great idea is a film that portrays white people.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Hollywood's just getting worse and worse, dude. They're getting, like, more and more people who aren't fucking white. Okay, dude, let me... And by the way, I completely disagree. If they did affirmative action in movies, okay, well, do we have enough black people now? Okay, no. Okay, you white person, get the fuck out of my face, dude. You're white. Bye-bye. It's like, yeah, that's wrong too. I don't think it should be illegal, just I don't think it should be illegal the other way around, because it's like, you're a fucking business, you pay your salary to whoever you want, right? Because you're the one fucking paying for it, but... Okay, dude, I'm already going on a tangent. Let's not start this shit already.
People as, quote, dangerous animals who have to be controlled and civilized by black people. And the Biden administration is getting ready to tear down a Civil War monument
okay.
in Arlington National
Wait, who the fuck said that?
Cemetery. The story gets more outrageous from there. You need to hear all the details. We'll talk about all that and more today on The Matt Walsh Show. Enjoy a 1 ounce Silverhorn described Ukraine's government as corrupt.
Dude, nobody gives a shit about Ukraine. Okay, like, apparently one of the... I haven't heard a lot from Ukraine since, like, a decent bit. Apparently Biden was actually trying to sort out a negotiation with Russia at some point, which is pretty cool, but, yeah, apparently Zelensky, like, wiped out all the media that disagrees with him at some point. Like, Tucker Carlson was talking about that, so... Yeah, based on that fact, if that is true, I would say, yeah, Ukraine, you can't consider that a fucking democracy if they just, like, have fucking Hutu radio on there, right? Like, just only the state agreement media. But, no, but, dude, that's not what I tuned into your show to fucking hear about fucking Ukraine. Dude, you don't even know how homosexuality works. Like, you think somebody could be turned gay. Like... Does anybody expect you to know anything about foreign issues? Like, dude, just talk about gays.
He suggested that we probably shouldn't be writing them blank checks indefinitely. That was a big...
Dude, I got fucking clickbait into thinking he was talking about the gays, but instead of talking about the gays, he's talking about fucking Ukraine. Dude, we all know you don't know shit about Ukraine, okay? You can't understand the concept of two people fall in love. You see, you fall in love with girls, right? That can happen. Hey, girls can fall in love with you, right? Like, that can happen. Well, like, imagine if that girl was a guy. Okay, imagine if they're trans, because, well, you know everything about fucking trans people since you talk about it a lot. Well, Imagine a trans person. Okay, well, they just like a girl who'd be attracted to guys, but it's like, dude, this guy doesn't understand fucking any of this shit, and he covers it on a daily basis. So that's why it's so fun to look at him. Like, what have these years of speaking on this issue gotten you to?
No, you can't say that. Even more alarming to the power centers in the nation's capital, Cawthorn publicly began talking about what he called, quote, the sexual perversion that goes on in Washington. As CNN reported at the time, quote, Cawthorn claimed that he has been invited to...
I mean, to be fair, if you have sex in the middle of the Senate, like, you sort of approve it, okay, sure, fucking... Alright, doesn't matter, like, if you do this shit, doesn't matter if you're having gay sex, if you're doing it with fucking anal beads, like, whatever, you approve it, okay.
Orgy in Washington, and had personally seen leaders in the efforts to curb drug addiction doing cocaine.
Now, yeah, I mean, to be fair, doesn't it... And even, like, as long as you do it in private, too, it's like, if you're not publicly snorting cocaine and you're like, hey, you should, like, it's a good idea for you to get off drugs, but in private, you're fucking doing drugs. It's like, but it's not even like you're doing that in public, so you're not even trying to set that fucking role model for yourself of, hey, you should be like me. Like, they're just saying, yeah, cocaine is bad. Like, dude, you know how many drugs I fucking do? You shouldn't do drugs. It's bad. I can say that without being a hypocrite. And I could be right. Like, that is fucking true, dude. I should get off my fucking weed. But talking about that, I am about to smoke some weed right now. You ready?
Those comments...
Because this shit is getting really boring. He's not talking about gay... Wait, actually, yeah, he is. He is talking about gay people. Any live chat, by the way? Let me guess. No, zero, nothing? Yeah, fuck off, dude. Okay.
Upset House Republicans who challenged Cawthorn implied that he was lying, and not long afterwards, a coordinated smear campaign began, and it was not subtle. It was as obvious as it could have possibly been. Within a month, senior political figures in both parties were publicly accusing Cawthorn of insider trading in connection with his promotion of a cryptocurrency. Reports surfaced that he had been driving with a revoked license. It was just this avalanche, all of a sudden, all this anti-Madison Cawthorn propaganda. As NPR reported, quote, Representative Madison Cawthorn steal a joke.
Nobody cares about that.
That 1,000 people already made on Twitter. But even so, this is still a scandal, and an especially disgusting one.
Dude, like, I get why this video is an hour long now. He's just talking about a bunch of different things, and he just put that in the title, but, like, he's barely talking about
it. If you rely on the corporate media for your news, you may have missed this story entirely.
Like, and it's like, if you rely on the corporate media, like, the corporate media, sure, they will tend to leave certain things out, but Matt Walsh forgets, this is called the Daily Wire. What is the Daily Wire? Is Daily Wire corporate media? Dude, like, people will say that CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, that's corporate media. If that's corporate media, no way Daily Wire isn't corporate media. It's like, do they mean to... Like, I'm sure that shit probably plays on TV sometimes. Like, the Daily Wire is literally, like, maybe, like, almost as well known as Fox News in right-wing circles these days. At least, like, within young people. Like, people who I'd be around, they would know the Daily Wire. If they follow Fox News, they probably follow the Daily Wire as well. But, dude, fuck this shit, enough with that. California lawmaker focuses on what matters. Gender-neutral toys. Okay, do we even care about that? I just, like, reread the title. Okay.
Today on the Matt Walsh Show, California is focusing on the important things by passing a law requiring that toy stores become...
Okay, so they're focusing on this by passing one law. Do you know how many anti-gay laws, not... it's mostly anti-trans laws. Do you know how many of that shit we've had in fucking Florida, dude? Like, if Gavin Newsom focused as much on crime in California as Ron DeSantis focused on, like, just trying to make trans people disappear and shit, it's like, dude, we would have the cleanest fucking California there could be.
Gender neutral, but aside from the general stupidity of it, there are a number of problems.
There would be zero
problems with this concept. I'll explain. Also,
I mean, to be I'm smoking. Like, Ron DeSantis hasn't, he hasn't succeeded in getting to zero gay, zero trans people in his state yet, so, yeah, but he's gotten a lot less of it. Like, they're all leaving.
The Biden administration is threatening to send our children to go die overseas if we don't give more money to Ukraine.
He's threatening a draft? Like, of us going to war with Russia? Dude, clip him saying that shit. I want to see that.
Voters in Los Angeles are starting to regret their voting habits, but will anything actually change? And an NFL head coach gets into some hot water for giving a speech to his players where he used the 9/11 hijackers as an example of teamwork.
Oh my god, so like, yeah, when it's an hour long, it's like he's not talking for an hour about that thing. He's just, hopefully it's gonna be the first story.
All of that.
Yeah, okay. No sponsor? Yeah, sponsor. Of course there's a sponsor.
Defeat traditional concepts of gender and usher in a new ambiguous dystopia where kids can live as amorphous, genderless blobs of nondescript matter. And so...
Dude, it's like he keeps saying that shit, and nobody, like, he can't find anybody on the left who's like, fuck, I need to stop smoking weed. He can't find anybody on the left who, like, will actually say, yeah, that's what we're trying to turn your straight kids into. Like, if you have a straight kid, we're gonna fucking morph him, dude.
Oh, now they have a law.
Like, no, all they're talking about is if your kid is clearly confused, right? And so that comes on their own, like, you don't make their kid be confused about their gender. If their kid is confused about their gender, you try to, like, relocate them to get them to stop being confused. And if you try to tell them that they are the gender that they actually aren't, because if you try, like, okay, well, what gender are you? The one you were assigned at birth, motherfucker. They'll just stay confused about their gender their whole fucking life. Just like Nick Fuentes with his fucking sexuality, dude.
To that effect. The Daily Mail has more reading. California retailers that refuse to have a gender-neutral section for children will be fined up to $500 under...
Yeah, so, holy shit, dude. I've been hearing, like, stuff left and right. Dude, the fucking left-wingers who I look at should be covering this shit. This is fucking insane, dude. Like, dude, this is all for him to keep his place with, like, the super woke people, for him to pander to them. But you know what the fuck they want, dude? They want free healthcare way more than this shit. And this is fascism. Yeah, this is, like, dude. Talking about Ron DeSantis with the free market, what he did to Disney, Ron DeSantis turning on the free market. Dude, this is fucking, like, this is actual fucking fascism. Like, this is Stalinism. Except, like, with, this is, like, dude, this is worse than what Putin fucking does. Okay, no, it's on the same level. It's not as bad. Like, Putin is just, what's it called? He's gonna, dude, I can't find the words. What the fuck? Like, he's gonna raid all gay bars and, like, destroy them and shit. And, like, this motherfucker is trying to force people to have a, like, what the fuck is gender neutral? How many people are gender neutral, non-binary? How many people, dude? It's like, and most people on the left will literally tell you, yeah, these people are probably just confused. Like, pretty much all of them, if they're gender neutral, like, there are two genders, right? There are three genders. There's male, there's female, and there's you're fucking retarded. You gotta pick one, because those are the two genders. Like, most people on the left will tell you that, because no shit. And there's, like, maybe some people are in between, dude. It's just, like, a homosexuality. You could be bisexual. That's, like, so there's a scale. Maybe there's that shit, right? But gender neutral, like, you don't have a neutral. You're not in between. You're just a fucking, like, yeah, you're an octopus. What did he say? You're, yeah, a walrus or some shit. Like, this is actually Johnny the Walrus type fucking stuff we're talking about here. This fucking dude, yeah, no wonder nobody wants to vote for him. Dude, why is this guy peeking at a presidential run when he's an actual fucking fascist? Like, dude, what the fuck? Who did this? Did Gavin Newsom actually do this shit? And by the way, how much because, holy shit, like, for a retailer, this isn't like Walmart or some shit. Like, if you were like, hey, Walmart, if you don't get this fucking bullshit, and, dude, retailers, do they have everything in retailers? So I don't need to explain why that's fascism. And by the way, Gavin Newsom, look, this is why, if I was a left-winger, this is the reason why I would fucking hate him above all. When you do shit like this, you are empowering the right to hate trans people. You are saying, yeah, we are fascists. This is fascism. If somebody who's like anti-trans goes after this, they would be right. They would be right. Yeah, this is fascist. This is fucking insane. Like, yeah, if you want to not have a certain section, if you don't want to have a Black History section in like your bookstore because you are a private bookstore or some shit, and you just don't like black people or something, you're like Black History, get the fuck out. Just like Ron DeSantis shouldn't have the right to tell private libraries you are gonna have to remove these books from your store. That is fascism, and Ron DeSantis is doing that. Like him fucking doing this shit where you have to put propaganda, you have to put like this shit that the state wants. What the actual fuck? Like this isn't happening in Canada. This is happening in fucking the United States. Holy shit! Like I sort of have to wake up to this shit. I didn't realize that California was like such a failed state. Like
Gavin,
this is actual like they just have people. They have the tents and all, and it's like, well, maybe like holy shit, like Gavin Newsom should fucking house these people, right? Like what the fuck is he doing? Like there's this huge fucking housing problem. Like he had the opportunity to get a like what's it called? So like an optional free healthcare plan, which everybody wants that. That is the best thing, and most people on the left would rather like a forced healthcare for all. I think if you have a public option that's less fascist, so we should go with that. He had that fucking option, dude. He didn't fucking do it. It's like, why would anyone want to vote for him? Like, I'm realizing he's good at speaking, but then if these are his policies, just Heil Hitler his fucking policies, yeah, fuck no, dude. The ultra woke, yeah, in this case, yeah, fair, that's literal fucking Heil Hitler bullshit right here. Signed legislation in 2021 that would require some retail stores. Yeah, if they decided to get their guns and say, like, if you're going to try to steal my money over me pretending I'm living in the free country, which I am, I'll fucking shoot you. I would support them.
Newsom's new bill, the ultra woke governor signed legislation in 2021 that would,
like, I don't know, because then, like, the people who are sent to find them, they're just, like, obeying orders. But, yeah, fucking
require
whatever,
some
dude.
retail stores in the Golden State to have a gender-neutral section for...
The Golden State? No, if that shit's happening, if Gavin Newsom, in how many years has he been governor? If he still hasn't figured out that he needs to house all these people who are in the tents, if he wants conservatives to stop bitching about that, and if he cares about these people's fucking lives because those are human beings, yeah, maybe he would house them. Maybe he would give them the public option to free healthcare as well. Although I don't know. Do these people get free healthcare? I'm not sure. If they're immigrants, and I'm sure everybody's saying like this is what immigration is doing to California. Well, if they're immigrants, they definitely don't get to have free healthcare, so maybe that should change. Yeah, what the fuck has Gavin Newsom been doing? Like, what? How has he turned this state into this shit? Like, I fucking, like, am starting to notice. Bro, what the fuck?
For children. Retailers would have to do this
regardless. Dude, I could make California such a great fucking state.
Regardless of whether they've been traditionally marketed for either girls or for boys, the bill said. The legislation...
Run for governor in California. Yeah, I'm just... I do realize I need to shut the fuck up, but right now he's just reading this shit, and we just read it.
Bill number 10584 will be enacted on January 1st, 2024, and if retail department stores choose not to comply, they will have to...
Yeah, and by the way, like, the thing is with this, where does that go? Because imagine you're a retail store, you refuse to do that. Like, you pay your $500, but then, like, you are still breaking the law since you're not, like, putting it on. So it's like, is that like, we fine you, and then like, if you choose, okay, I'll take the fine if this is the cost of getting to live in a free country, okay, but then they like, do they leave them alone after that? Or is it like, oh, we'll go and check, and every time if we check and you aren't complying with our fascism, we're just gonna fine you again? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that seems so unclear, because like, basically from what they're saying, it looks sort of like, dude, yeah, if you Don't do that. Okay, we're on here now. If you don't fucking comply with our shit, this is a one-time thing. You either have to pay this $500 or you have to comply with our fascism. But I doubt they're gonna be that way. Because then every retail store, they're just gonna fucking... Somebody like me is gonna start a Kickstarter as a fucking charity to pay for these people's fines, right? And like then they're all gonna get to just like set this aside. That people should do that shit. People should start a charity to like for anybody who gets fined for this, just pay their fine. Like somebody needs to do that shit.
Dish out a civil penalty.
Please, somebody. I might talk to somebody after this stream. Ask them if they know anybody who could start that shit. It's like, dude, I don't know anybody who could make this work. Honestly, like, who the fuck do I think I am? I don't have really any fucking friends.
Penalty of $250 or $500. Department stores that are subject to the new laws will have to have a total of 500 or more employees, be physically located in California, and sell.
Okay, that is important. So, like, I don't give a shit about all that. It doesn't matter what standards you give them. Unless the only way that I could understand, and it would still be fascism, if this store literally marketed itself as a gender-neutral pronouns toy store. That'd be the only way, the only detail that could make this law not be fascism. If you were like, oh well, yeah, if you literally are that type of store, and you like, then you're just misinforming people if you are gonna advertise yourself, and your panel is in it. But then, like, that's not at all, dude. 500 or more employees. So at least that gives us the notion they can pay this fine. So that's at least a little bit better. Hopefully somebody could fundraise, because they shouldn't have to give a fucking penny for this shit. Be physically located in California. Like, dude, does that make people want to fucking go to California or want to escape it? It's like, dude, that's what governors should be asking themselves before they put the fucking 6-week abortion ban, put the fucking anti-trans shit. If you're trans, we're gonna like make life fucking hell for you. All that shit. When you're like, oh, if you don't comply with our fucking propaganda that everybody hates, yeah, we're gonna try to make you go bankrupt. We're gonna try to make sure you can't exist. Like, people should try to think, will this make people want to leave my state? Or are there any upsides that may make it like, oh, well, maybe some people might want to leave, but more people might want to come. Nobody's gonna want to come over to your state over this fucking shit, dude. Okay, childcare items or toys. That doesn't mean fucking... Dude, what percentage... Let me see. Is this even a thing? What percentage of people are confused? 11%. No, shut the fuck up. That's not fucking true. 11%. I have yet to meet a single person who is non-binary. There are probably, I mean, there are probably about as many non-binary people as people who are racist, or people who are flat earthers. Like, it's, no, that's bullshit. 11%. That isn't true. Let's see, in California... Bro, watch them give me fucking, like, it's 70% now. 27% of they are viewed as gender non-conforming. What the fuck is all this shit? I never saw all of this shit. UCLA. Is this a reliable source of information, or did they literally go to a gender-affirming clinic and interview people? Because I can guarantee you that if they went specifically to a place that is meant for people who have gender dysphoria, I guarantee you there isn't even a single percentage of people with gender dysphoria who identify as non-binary. Not 1% of people who are trans identify that way. There is not a fucking way in all hell that 1% of trans people identify as non-binary. say they are viewed as gender non-conforming. What the fuck is gender non-conforming? Because then it might just be you don't conform to the status quo, meaning you don't conform to it, and it's no longer even the status quo at this point that like trans people aren't valid. Nobody even believes that shit. That's just not true. It's just like a bunch of fucking Republicans who don't see that they're losing their fucking elections because of this shit. Because they're just so obsessed with it. But yeah, if you poll people, even in, I'm sure in that, I don't know. Sadly, I'm not sure if this in Louisiana there might be a lot of people who like are anti-trans or like don't think that they think they're just in their delusion. But if you identify as I do not have a gender, that is a whole different thing. So if non-conforming means like oh, you're transitioning from male to female. I don't know. This person does seem in between. So is that, dude? It's like dude. Now I can't really. 2017. Back in 2017. What the fuck? Dude, and by the way, if 27% of the population was literally non-binary, so probably like at least 80% of people have to be trans then. It's like, dude, if this was the case in 2017, and like since fucking way past 2017, since like at least it was way past 2020 when they started being like, dude, the trends, that's the new epidemic. It's taking over. Like, dude, fuck the great replacement theory. Dude, you know who's replacing us? Trans people. Everybody will be trans. 99.9% of people will be trans in fucking 2030. Dude, watch this shit. We're not gonna be able to ride motor-fueled cars, and we're not gonna find a single fucking a single straight person, dude. They will be exterminated. Fuck like the Jews replacing us or the immigrants replacing us. These fucking people are gonna replace us, dude. And it's like, dude, if this was 27% in 2017, like this is obviously false based on intuition. That's like saying that 27% of people in the United States are fucking racist. Like, literally go fuck yourself. But it's like, dude, if this was the case in 2017, like at least like way more than half of the population is trans. If like 27% of people do not know their gender, like there's no way any less than like 80% of people would be like trans in this case. Dude, so they started fucking replacing us a long time before you started like fear-mongering about it now, didn't they? And by the way, there would be nothing wrong. I guess there would be some wrong with 27% of people being trans or non-binary, because if you're non-binary, you're probably suffering. You wouldn't want that upon anybody. They're probably gonna have to go through surgeries to feel comfortable with themselves. Yeah, I wouldn't want that upon anyone. Having to be in a lot of debt. Yeah, I'd rather you not have to be in a lot of debt, because that's no, I'm glad I'm not trans. I'm glad I'm not gay, because that'd probably just complicate my life, right? So, but other than that, it's not as if this shit was actually fucking true, that it'd be a problem. That'd just be a problem in terms of, oh well, these people probably need more help now. With like, well, we better make these surgeries, find a way to make them less expensive and stuff, because like that'd be the only problem I'd see with it. But like this isn't fucking true, dude. Like what the fuck is the UCLA? This is bullshit. And what is this fucking word, dude? Are you this is a word? Since fucking when? Dude. Partially male and partially female in appearance. So like you're a dude who wears a dress, like you're flamboyant. Like I'm not getting the flamboyant thing from this, because flamboyant people, they like, isn't that like dressing really well when there's no need to, or shit like this, or dress like pink shirt. Bro, what the fuck? Wait, how many people is this fucking bullshit thing? Okay, that's my calendar for next semester. 20.8% of the youth. Dude, well, I haven't seen this shit in Louisiana. I wouldn't say that's even like 1%. I knew 2 people in the entire high school I went to who were trans, and they sort of did look so like they had short hair and but they were trans, dude. They weren't even non-binary, were they? I don't think so. Maybe one of them, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Maybe. But it's like no fucking way. Dude, this isn't normal. Like, this isn't fucking common. You don't see this shit all over the place. This is like, what the fuck dude, I want to see what the hell they got that from. I am baffled. There's an actual study that says .edu that fucking is telling me that like everybody is trans. Like it only logically extends. Okay, let me see. I'm curious. If I look up what percentage of people are trans. Dude, if it tells me that it's gonna have to give me like at least 44% or something for trans people in the United States, and at least like 80 to 90% in California. Like it would just logically follow. Well, you're not gonna have a little number here so I don't have to like click on stuff because I'm retarded? Okay. Okay. Let's see this shit, dude. Nearly 1 in 5. 1 in 5, dude. You know what that is? Fucking 20%. 1 in 5, motherfucker. There aren't 20% of people who are trans. I know so many people. I would have noticed. People around me would have noticed if they seemed uncomfortable with their fucking thing, and I would hope to think that people around them would also have re-guided them and told them, hey, look, maybe you're trans, maybe you need to get this checked out. Maybe if you seem to be, I don't know, I think you seem to be struggling with your gender identity. Like, if this is real, maybe you should go talk to a gender therapist and see whether this is real or not, because at least then you could make sure and be like, no, but like, bro, what the fuck? This is just bullshit. Like, there's an EDU website spewing fucking bullshit because I live in the United States and I know this isn't true. It's like, dude, no fucking way this is true. And I've lived in France, by the way, the fucking communist country. Dude, you want to call someplace woke? You should go for either China, that's like the most communist. France is like, about as left-wing as you could get without being literally just China. Rwanda, some bullshit like that. What the fuck even is that last country I said, Rwanda? Is that even a real place? It might be. Dude, it's like in France. Dude, I used to be in France. In middle school. I sadly had to spend 1 year with these fuckwits, dude. My middle school had at least 1,000 people in it. Not a single one of them identified as trans, as far as I could ever tell. I had never heard of that happening. When I was, I believe, 11 to 12, nobody in France in that. So this is uncommon. Like, dude, this isn't true. This just is not fucking true. What do you want me to tell you? Like, I hate it. Isn't .edu source telling me this shit. It's just not true. Like, I live in this country. I know this shit isn't true, dude. How the fuck did this end up in a .edu stuff? %27% of okay, let's see okay. Okay, so okay, so they have 214,000 trans people? 27. Oh, so 27% or so they have almost 1 million people. What is the population of California? And I know they're densely packed. Okay, they have like. Okay, tell me all about how almost 1 million people in California. I mean, to be fair, if there are this many people, if you told me 1 in 39 people were trans, I saw this in a .edu source, I would be baffled, like mouth fucking jaw to the floor, because like at that point I could be like, dude, that is a possibility, and if 1 in 39 people in California actually are trans, like that'd be like, holy shit, I didn't know that. I thought it was much less than that. But then they're like, this is just impossible, dude. Like, no. And by the way, just so you know in advance, if this was the case, like, imagine if I had to go to school with, like, oh, 27% of people are trans. Let's say I had to go to school where, 80% of people were trans. Oh, well, that'd be even better, because then I'd get to be a special snowflake who's not trans. So, that'd be fucking cool, dude. And I'd be like that special snowflake who, on top of that, didn't have to undergo surgeries. So, I'm also not in debt, so I'm like one of the rich people now. And it's like, fuck yeah, dude. And yeah, dude, maybe then I'd be able to have a fucking girlfriend. Like, if I was like one of the only ones. It's like, imagine it. Maybe I should go live in California so I can be an outlier. So I could be like a special snowflake for being fucking straight. It's like, I could do basically what Matt Walsh is saying trans people do, but in reverse. Because it seems like in California, if you're straight, you're actually in the minority. Okay. Wait, did I even look up California? I wasn't even looking at California. I was looking at in the United States. Yeah, but 20%, 27% of California is youth. Okay, dude, I've seen enough of this shit. I don't know what to make of it. I know that it's not true, but I don't know how the fuck it came to be like on a .edu source. But what are they doing? Who's managing these fucking sites?
Child care items or toys. California Democratic Congressman Evan Lowe backed the bill to the Associated Press, saying, we need to...
And by the way, even if that was true, that doesn't warrant fascism, so all this is still unacceptable. I'm sorry.
Stop stigmatizing what's acceptable for certain genders and just let kids be kids. He said, quote, my hope is this bill encourages more business...
Dude, that doesn't fucking... Like, look, if a non-binary kid... Like, what are non-binary toys? Like, what? You'd have to come up with that shit. Because, like, what the fuck is the concept of a non-binary toy? Toys, like, specific... I get there are Barbie toys, and there are maybe He-Man dolls. Nobody really plays with that shit. Some girls might play with dolls. What are gonna be boy toys? Fucking, what? Anybody know? What the fuck is a boy toy that, like, wouldn't really be a girl toy? Like, most toys, shit that anybody would enjoy. Say the little bubbles, right? Bro, let me go get this shit, right? Where the fuck are my bubbles? Where are my fucking bubbles, dude? I used to have some bubble things. Bro, did they fucking go away? Dude, I used to have some bubbles that I would blow in it. Dude, what? Bro. Holy shit, dude, I'm gonna have to buy more of those. Dude, yeah, I used to do that shit in high school. I would do that in so many of my classes, dude. The teachers would be fucking mad. Dude, I miss high school for reasons like this, but yeah, dude, that fucking toy, is it, like, who was that for? Wait. I'm debating whether or not to take Percocets. Definitely not right now, okay? If I do that, it'll be later. Okay, kids' toys. Okay, can we see a kids' toys section? Okay, that's just some shit they have at the... Yeah, okay, this shit. Is that more for boys or for girls? Like, would you imagine these are a boys' toy? It's just like vehicles, just a fucking like car, a truck. Is that like more of a fucking boys or a girls' toy? This is actually more of a girls' toy, I believe. But okay, um, let's look up kids' toys section. What the fuck do they have on that aisle, dude? Okay, dude, just give me examples of like toys for children. Just give me a okay, that shit. Okay, we see this is literally just a library, dude. That's not even a toy section of kids. Okay, Star Wars, dude. Is this more for dudes or more for girls? Or is like Star Wars, could that entertain anybody? Are you saying that, oh, Star Wars isn't for trans people? They don't like that shit. Like what are you being a fucking transphobe? Like, if you're really gonna tell me that most of the toys in the toy section of any place are like gonna be or just in general toys that kids would want to play with, right? Bubbles. Dude, I really wish I had that. Where the fuck did my bubbles go? I'm mad, dude. I need to buy more of that shit. But like most of that shit, the fucking balls, dude. This fucking shit that I bought to make a like little YouTube skit, and I didn't realize it didn't like. Dude, I thought it'd go huge, but dude, this shit, this fucking garbage. Is this more for like guys or girls? Is dude, I have to have some fucking toy. Oh, boys, look at this. Look what I just found. I got this when I was like fucking 8 or some shit. Wait, this, you get the ball. Wait, I don't know if y'all could see this shit. Wait. Just a second. So that, let's get rid of that, okay? Oh, shut the fuck up. What is this? Yeah, this thing, like, anybody knows what that is, right? So you get a ball in there, and you try to make it cross the circuit. And like, you have different levels. Right? That's the kid's toy, okay? Next shit. Oh, dude. I literally made those at Lowe's. They used to like have a place you could craft this shit. I'd see girls and boys fucking making stuff like that. I made some of those. Like they have like stations where they teach us to do that. And the only reason I wanted to do that shit was because like I wanted to build fucking rockets to beat NASA and go into Mars because I was fucking retarded. And I was like, oh well, fuck, that could give me some practice into making shit. So yeah, I was fucking a dumbass, but now I get to make this peach, so great. Let's see, what the fuck else do we have that could be like children's toys, dude? Oh, fuck, well, there's a bunch of shit here, dude. Okay, when I was like very small kid, dude, cars. Fucking cars, dude. But these for fucking guys or girls, dude. Is this specific? Holy shit, these were my toys when I was a little baby, dude. Holy fuck, I forgot I had all this. Well, okay. Motherfucker, this shit. You see that? Frisbee? For girls or for fucking these, bro? Dude, I think I've made my point, right? I think I made my point as being good enough. I'm just looking for my bubbles because I want to blow fucking bubbles, dude. It's like, okay, fucking whatever, dude. Let me get back to the commentary. Fuck this shit. Just throw this back up here. Okay, we're good. Okay, what are we doing? Dude, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the webcam, by the way, because like, it might make my stream flag, and I'm scared of that shit, so. Okay, dude, actually, yeah, let me take it off before, let me not wait to start seeing my stream lag to start doing this shit, okay? 4 views altogether, that is beyond pathetic. But yeah, whatever. Okay.
Businesses across California and the U.S. to avoid reinforcing harmful and outdated stereotypes, Lowe said.
Yeah, okay, so that's fucking bullshit. And what type of toys would be for non-binary people? What would they want to play with more? Like, you're just fucking imagining some shit that, like, Oh well, these are for non-binary people now. So you're just assigning some of like, how about you just say, okay, well, they probably like to play with a bit of any kids' toys. Like, what the fuck do you think people who are gender confused would like rather play with than what people enjoy for entertainment? Like fucking bouncy balls, dude. Like the little rubber balls that you bounce. Like, which people tend to like that more? I'm thinking of like all the toys I could come up with other than fucking dolls, which aren't even entertaining to play with for fucking anybody who's like gotten hair on their fucking head. It's like, bro, what the fuck, dude? It's like, holy shit, I didn't realize that the left was fucking up this bad in California. Like, oh my god, when people say they like that the left hates Gavin Newsom, I didn't realize it was this bad, dude.
The bill
Holy fuck.
will end the segregated apartheid-like conditions in toy stores in the state, getting rid of gender.
No, that shit is in Israel. You fucking forgot with. Of course you forget. That the people, when people are talking about that shit, they aren't talking about fucking this. They're talking about Israel.
Labels and allowing toys to express their true gender fluid identities.
It's like when Gavin Newsom does something like this, the only thing he's ever going to get out of it, right, is Matt Walsh getting to finally have a valid point to make. Congratulations, motherfucker. That's gonna like dude, this guy is like a contemplator. I'm sure if Joe Biden dropped out, he would run for president. Like, he fucking would, dude. Like, no way he wouldn't. If Joe Biden like I don't know, he's probably gonna live for not. I mean, to be fair, he isn't even that old, I think. Like, yeah, Joe Biden said he's not that old. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you see him just going on blogs and it's like, what the fuck did you just say? What the fuck was that? But it's like, it seems that he tends to be, I don't know, like if he was 4 years older than he was and he said he was gonna run, then I'd have like doubts, but it's like, dude, he's capable of fucking running the country. Even if his public speeches aren't as good, it's like, I mean, he'll probably do the same fucking job for another 4 years. It's like, but yeah.
This is all meant to reduce harmful stereotypes. Now,
I don't even know how the fuck I got to Biden's age. We were talking about greasy fucking Gavin Newsom over
you may be wondering, if you're a sane person, how exactly does the average toy section...
And it's like, you know what this does more than anything, Gavin Newsom? This makes, like, this fuels the fire for transphobes to be like, you see, they are coming fucking, they are fascists. These trans people, they are all fascists. Well, like, trans people, I would imagine, it's sort of like Bill C-16, if you knew what that was from Toronto. Dude, I have to... But no, I'm not gonna pop this video, but you really should watch it, though. It's a great video from Vegan Games. It's from Vegan Games deleted videos. Okay, let me see if I... What? What happened to Vegan Games deleted videos? Did he get fucking taken down? What the fuck? Dude, this guy actually got fucking taken down. Holy shit, dude, what the fuck? Bro, and he had re-uploaded like really great fucking videos too. Holy shit. Well, that... Dude, Jesus Christ. I really hope he gets his channel reinstated. What did he even do?
Premium...
Dude, okay, well... Jesus, dude. That's so fucked up. He was literally just archiving things that Vegan Games said.
Action in the average...
But yeah, basically what I was saying, like, there was this thing in, what's it called, in Canada. They were trying to do Bill C-16, let me bring my face cam back on for now. Like, so basically Bill C-16 in Canada, it was trying to, like, enforce people, like, you have to use people's pronouns, whatever they choose it is. They could just spontaneously on the spot just be like, oh well, I've changed my pronouns. Now you have to say this, and it's like, oh well, so freedom of speech out the window. If you are literally forced to use someone's preferred pronouns, and on top of that, if like a landlord, if somebody is like fucking misgendered under your property, like you could be fined like up to $250,000. Well, guess who were like people who were the most devastated over stuff like that? Yeah, trans people, because then who the fuck's gonna wanna rent a house to a trans person if it's like, well, you're subject to like $250,000 in fines if that trans person happens to be a fucking degenerate who's gonna sue you for just saying something that hurt my feelings. And it's like, dude, this shit will only fuel the flames with transphobes because they would have a talking point to fucking ram in. And they'd be right.
Evan Lowe.
They would be right. This is fascism and this is fucking gross.
Backed the bill to the Associated Press, saying,
dude, oh my god. The fact that Vegan Gains deleted videos, it's like, oh, fuck, dude. What happened? I don't even have a way to be able to, like, try to contact him and ask him what the fuck's happening.
We need to stop stigmatizing what's acceptable for certain.
He gets so many, like, really good re-uploads. If only I had thought of fucking just downloading them.
Genders and just let kids be kids. He said, quote, my hope is this bill encourages more businesses across California and the U.S. to avoid reinforcing harmful and outdated stereotypes, Lowe said. So,
yeah, so, dude, my mind is just all over it.
Have a total of 500 and more employees, be physically located in California, and sell childcare items or toys. California Democratic Congressman Evan Lowe backed the bill to the Associated Press, saying, we need to stop stigmatizing what's acceptable for certain genders and just let kids be kids.
My hope is this bill encourages more businesses across California and the U.S. to avoid reinforcing harmful and outdated stereotypes. Well, you know what it's going to do? If you think that fascism is going to get people to align with your stuff, firstly, people were already aligned with it because you have the popular opinion with you on this. Most people agree that trans people are valid. And so businesses look at Bud Light. Why would they pander to fucking trans people rather than the what's it called, the Free Markets Party? The Free Markets Party seems to be going pretty like hard on trans people. Well, they're still marketing to trans people even though they're the big businesses, and like the party, the status quo of the party that supports them is against that. Well, since that is still such a minority in the general scope, it's like they do it anyway. So it's like the only way you could encourage that would be maybe by letting them know, hey, look, we aren't fascists. We're not gonna force you to do anything. Ron DeSantis is the one doing that. And then you can have people on your side. But yeah, all you're going to get out of showing people that you're fascist is that people are going to just assimilate trans people with your fascism. And so as a result of this bill, the only thing that's going to result out of it, because I'm sure people, little kids who are non-binary, as if they'd know that at like 3 years old or whatever age you fucking play with these little kids' toys at, like, they could just play with other toys. I'm sure there isn't any, like, oppression going on. There aren't, like, an epidemic of 3-year-olds killing themselves because they don't get to play with some toys that don't exist yet. So, the only thing it's going to get out of this is trans people are going to be more hated by people who already sort of, like, aren't on the best, in the best graces with trans people. Like, who sort of, I don't know, like half hostile, who are like, what's it called, who are predisposed to maybe getting more radical against trans people. That's going to get them to fucking hate trans people. And trans people probably realize that, which is why they probably don't support your fucking bullshit.
He said, quote, my hope
apparently you are not well linked within your own
is this
state.
Bill encourages
Do you think trans people like you?
More businesses across California and the U.S. to avoid reinforcing harmful and outdated stereotypes, Lowe said. So the bill will end the segregated apartheid-like conditions in toy stores in the state, getting rid of gender labels and allowing toys to express their true gender-fluid identities. This is all meant to reduce harmful stereotypes. Now, you may be wondering, if you're a sane person, how exactly does the average toy section in the average store reinforce harmful stereotypes?
Yeah, what I would be wondering is what non-binary people would like not want to play with the toys that there already are. What would make any new toys specific to being gender neutral more fun for gender neutral kids to play with? What part of being gender neutral would make you be more attracted or more interested in playing with any certain type of toys over another? I'm not fucking sure. I'm not sure what the fuck he thinks the positive outcome of this would be.
In fact, you may be wondering what a harmful stereotype
But yeah, that's fair.
even is, or how a stereotype can be harmful. Because literally all gender stereotypes and
To be fair, how can stereotypes be harmful? Dude, have you not CNN? Wouldn't you agree that when CNN went out and tried to, like, they used George Floyd, they fucking saw that shit, they went wild, dude. They orchestrated their plan. Dude, we can use that to make white supremacy relevant again. We can just say this guy who, like, probably is racist. Let's just use that George Floyd incident to make the stereotype that all cops are racist. Would you consider this not harmful? And then, like, if you reinforce that stereotype, black people are more likely to be scared of the police. And if somebody is scared that the police or that somebody is going to harm them, is armed and is going to, like, possibly kill them, the response can usually be, especially if you think you're oppressed and these people think nothing of you, and you also hate them. You're not just scared of them, but you hate them. If you get people to not only fear, but also hate a certain group more than they should, you should fear the police to the extent that you should fear what they might do to you if you break the law. So don't break the law. That is a rational fear. You should be, but you shouldn't be scared of the police if you, like, oh, if they're gonna arrest you, oh, maybe you were speeding, I don't know, let's just see what they want, but I'm gonna follow the procedure, put my hands where, like, at the degree that, like, everybody knows this shit, right? Like, you're gonna do that, you shouldn't be scared of the police. But when you reinforce the stereotype, for example, and I'm using this specifically because you'd agree with that, with the police, that you get people to think that not only they to be feared, but they are to be hated and they're dangerous. You'll have black people, or like anybody who you'd say that to, this group, you should fear them, and you should also hate them. Like, the proper response from a lot of people is gonna be, well, shit, like, I might want to get defensive, want to defend myself against these people. And if the automatic thing when people are faced with the police is to get defensive and to maybe, I don't know, have a weapon in case you are faced with a situation with a cop, because, oh, well, now that I know, they might just shoot me without me having to do anything wrong, because that's just normal, right? Like, you might want to get a gun to defend yourself, even. Like, I would understand why someone who genuinely thinks what CNN says of the police is true would want a gun to defend themselves, specifically from the police. So, yeah, when CNN and MSNBC especially say this type of shit following the George Floyd incident, don't you think that could be a harmful stereotype? Because that could breed the hatred both ways, right? Because if as a result of that, black people are more scared and hateful of the police, and like, that would lead to more black people just giving this attitude to the police, and especially if, like, police officers, they are just slandered all over the places. Y'all are just hateful, horrible people, and they're just like average middle class people trying to live by their lives. Isn't that what the left preaches? Like, those are the fucking angels of society, the middle class people. Oh, well, that's also who you should hate. Okay. Well, if the police are treated like this, and if, like, they start seeing more and more black people just being scared and being defensive towards them, because that's what fear tends to do, especially when it's combined with hatred, tends to get you to be aggressive. At least, like, not with me, I wouldn't do that, but a lot of people, I've never gotten in a fight in my life, but a lot of people, especially when you take into account cultural issues the fact that black people are on average poorer than white people, and there's a culture that can come with that. If you like in poor places in the United States and like some poor neighborhoods, this would be really bad. Like this stereotype would be really bad when you have the might makes right and you need to defend yourself type of mentality. That shit could be really bad for both the police and black people. Like you would expect CNN and MSNBC's coverage to raise police brutality, if anything. So do you think that stereotype fucking is cool, dude?
And race stereotypes and ethnic stereotypes are grounded in truth. That's how.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, if they say white police officers or police officers are racist, it's like there's some truth to that. It's like, oh well, these black people are white supremacists. Why? Because, well, they're the fucking police and they're committing police brutality. Well, there's some truth in that. You really did?
How they become stereotypes. Which is why you have never in your life heard a stereotype about a group of people and said to yourself, what? I've never seen anyone in that group act that way.
No, I've never seen the police be racist. I've never seen white people be racist other than like one friend I've ever had. I've never seen trans people try to go after your kids. I haven't seen them try to groom the kids. I haven't seen immigrants committing crime. I know a few immigrants. I don't know any of them who are criminals. And I'm sure there are some immigrants who are criminals. Way less, by the way, statistically speaking, than native-born Americans. But yeah, there's this stereotype of like illegal aliens that they are like criminals when they commit less crime. So no, that's not true. And by the way, that intuitively makes sense. If you have to fear, oh well, if I commit crimes, if I'm a native-born person, I commit a crime. It's like, yeah, whatever the punishment's gonna be. But if you're like, especially an illegal alien, it's like you might get deported back to your country, dude. Where like you fucking fled from, you had everything over there. Nobody would leave their fucking home to flee everything they have, everybody who they had around them. Just leave all that shit behind to go to a country they don't even have fucking citizenship in. So yeah, of course these people are gonna be way more cautious of committing crimes because they know the penalty is gonna be way more severe. Getting sent back to that place who they were willing to leave everything behind to get away from. So it must have been pretty fucking bad. Yeah, so most stereotypes, like the police are racist, white people are so racist, Americans are racist. No truth to that. And I wonder if he would like try to agree that stereotypes that the left makes are also true. Because he's saying all stereotypes. Okay, buddy, all fucking stereotypes. The rich are pieces of shit. Is that somewhat true? I mean, you're a rich person, by the way, and I'm sure most people you know are rich. Rich people fucking assholes, dude, or rich people pieces of shit who should get cancer. Is it true?
That's totally outlandish. No, stereotypes
Yeah, that is outlandish. What you just said, dumbass.
Arise when we notice that certain groups of people tend to act certain ways.
Okay, dude. So, the trans people are all coming after your kids. Oh, and the white people, dude. You know what stereotypes there are around white people? Like, I'm sorry, but if you're going to bite the bullet and say that it's a, like, you're not saying specifically, like, from the left. You're saying all stereotypes. Congrats, you're not trying to have that thin line right there. Okay, well, dude, you're sort of biting the bullet on that, so you're gonna have to bite the bullet on a bunch of fucking shit, dude. White people. There are stereotypes about pretty much everybody, right? There are probably stereotypes about there are stereotypes about women. Oh well, you fucking agree with those, I forgot. But some women might have, I guess if you ask prostitutes, most of them might, I mean I just came up with that from the top of my head, but there might be some stereotype within like some prostitutes of men are just evil people because look at what they're doing to us. And like from their point of view, it wouldn't even be like insane. That'd be like, oh, from your point of view, I can sort of understand it. Just like black people back in the day of segregation or even with slavery. I could understand them hating white people back then. It's like, dude, if you're gonna say stereotypes arise because they were fucking legitimate, like, you're gonna have to bite the bullet on a bunch of other shit, dude.
Generally speaking.
White people.
It's not harmful. It's mostly just neutral. Stereotypes are an observation made about...
And to be fair, yeah, free speech isn't harmful, and if stereotypes exist, like, how are you gonna counter that, right? So, like, you really have two options. Either you can try to put more efforts into debunking it and making that rebuttal more mainstream and more talked about, making it catchy, try to go after the, like, most massive people, like, the most influential people who are spreading that, like, disinformation, these, like, false stereotypes, by, like, giving more logic and try to push people who are giving the best rebuttals to that. Like, that is a way that is efficient. Like, you don't counter... So, like, you counter speech with more speech that is more accurate. You don't counter speech with just censorship. That is fascism. But, and then when you do that, that leads people to be like, oh, well, why did you fucking censor that? But, yeah, I agree that just to try to remove that speech is wrong. I'm not a fascist, although you are, but, like...
groups. And yes, you can...
Yeah, like, how to remove these stereotypes. But he's arguing stereotypes are just not harmful. Dude, that's just so fucking false.
can observe groups and the way they behave.
Like, I get where he's coming from. I get his intuition behind why he would think that. Oh, well, stereotypes, why do you think they come, dude? That makes sense. But a lot of the time, it's like just people who over-exaggerate things, who are in the mainstream, who are just trying to... Like, maybe at baseline it starts with somebody who's just, like, hyper fucking paranoid about everything, or hyper fixated on some, like, random stuff who's not, like, completely there, but then people like drama, and those people will tend to be, like, the best at making drama, so they'll have, like, a whole shit show around them. And, like, maybe it's people who are just trying to make more relevance, but it's probably, like, bad faith is almost never the case, but... You know how rumors spread, dude? You know how rumors are not always true? You'd imagine that it makes sense. Like, if rumors are that people like this, there's like some rumors, oh, you can't trust these types of people. Oh, well, you can't trust homeless people with your belongings. They might steal them. And it's like, well, firstly, like, you could get that because they might need it more than you do. But it's like, I mean, that wouldn't say anything to the character of homeless people, just to their situation, but it's like, I guess you could say, given the situation, yeah, that might be true, but, like, then there are going to be a lot of fucking stereotypes that are going to be just fucking bullshit, and by the way, like, what you should take from that stereotype is, well, you should try to help the homeless to get them out of that fucking situation, like, the best you can, and the government should also do something about it, but, so yeah, we should push the government to do something about it, I guess. But
behave. Just is what it is.
it's like, yeah, sometimes the rumors aren't true. Like, you can say, yeah, if there are rumors that this is true, chances are it's founded on something, because, like, just rumors start with it, like, there's no truth, there's some truth to most rumors, you'd imagine. If, like, rumors are two people are dating, chances are these two people with like, rumors are these two people are, like, sort of, like, looking at the idea of, hey, we might, they're flirting with one another. Like, chances are you might see these two people together within the next week. Or you might see one of them reject the other asking them out. Or something like that. But, yeah, the idea that rumors are always true, especially when they're created within the fucking political landfill, like, at the top and shit. Where, like, these people are just rot-brained. Like, they're just surrounded by people who just are conspiratorial. And that's where they spread their shit from, and from there it fucking spreads more and more.
Fortunately, California State Representative...
Dude, let me remove my face cam again. I do not want my live stream to just crash. Dude, I really don't want that. I don't want that shit.
Representative Evan Lowe does go into more detail about this issue, trying to explain how and why gendered toys are dangerous. He says, quote, part of it is to make sure that if you're a young girl...
Oh, dude, I want videos. I want videos of them speaking. Okay, part of it is to make sure if you're a young girl that you can find a police car. What? Yeah, again, like I have to keep bringing this up because I know I already said this, but like, does that mean it's a one-time thing, or will they do like a regular checkups, and like anytime they do a checkup, if you haven't like changed your shit, they like, is that accumulative? Can this like can you be fined for it? Is there like no double jeopardy for this shit? Like, we found you for doing that, but it's the same crime then that you'd be committing, so like we already fined you. Is this a one-time thing? They like, this sounds like a one-time thing, but knowing California, knowing the fact that I didn't know this shit about them like fucking like an hour ago, I would never fucking imagine that Gavin Newsom could do shit like this. That this would even be constitutional, dude. But yeah, here we fucking are. So it's like I wouldn't be surprised if that. But okay, let's. Part of it is to make sure if you're a young girl that you can find a police car. Fire. So are you saying that under the previous system these aren't already like in the toy section? What does that have to do with gender neutral? A periodic table? Firstly, that's not a kid's toy, but dude, a periodic table is gender fucking neutral, and they already have those. And that's just not a kid's toy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, kids don't like kids. What are you talking about? Well, you literally have a baby right there. Like, people who you're marketing to, dude, they do not know. They cannot understand what a periodic table is. Why would they want to play around with it? Like the alphabet. Okay, and that's also gender neutral. Just get letters or some shit because clearly that's the age you're marketing to. The alphabet. Just get them the fucking alphabet, and I'm sure those are in pretty much every toy like kids toy store already. A dinosaur. And who would you say would play with dinosaur more? I'm guessing most people would say that's more of a boy's toy, right? I'm looking at the camera doing the fucking like thingy. Yeah. Dude, fuck it, bro. Let me get out. I'm really like schizophrenic with this shit. I'm bringing it back on and off. Dude, like, who do you think plays more with fucking dinosaurs? Boys or girls? I'm guessing most people would say those are mostly boys' toys. So what the fuck? Like, you couldn't even get more gender neutral things. And like, most of those, except for a fucking periodic table, because that's just not a kid's toy, they were already in kids' toys. Like, dude, and do they think, like, kids' toys, like, aren't there more than just boys and girls? Because there are toys that just, like, dude, around that, I fucking wished I had those on me. But like the bubbles, you blow into them, there's a bunch of bubbles. Do you think you would find that under the either the boys or the girls kids toys section? No, because that doesn't match either of those. That's just under the kids section. It's like now you need a non-binary section. Well, just kids toys. Like you already have that shit. These people are fucking delusional. And then similarly, if you're a boy, if you're more artistic and want to play with glitter. Yeah, so they just, and guess what? Glitter isn't even in the kids' toy section. Like, because little kids like that might just put in their mouth and swallow it and fucking, like, get AIDS or whatever the fuck. But, yeah, okay. But, dude, that's just in the decorations thing. Like, I'm pretty sure you find that under cosmetics. So that's not even in the fucking kids' toy section anyway, but I'm sure straight guys and straight girls might wanna play with glitter. When I was a kid, I like whenever I was given glitter, that was very weird, but I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I want more of this shit. I want all that. Dude, I literally ordered for, and I guess that's sort of off topic, but when I believe Santa Claus was real, I ordered for Christmas some of his fucking glitter bullshit that like what's it called, the magical powder that he spews on the reindeers to get them to fucking fly and all. That's actually a part of how I ended up realizing that Santa Claus was fake, because I was looking at the glitter box because like basically my mother told me like, yeah, here's the powder, dude, that's it. Santa Claus, Santa Claus gave you that powder that he uses on reindeers. And she told me that Santa Claus told her that, like, it can only be used at midnight. And like I wasn't really allowed to go outside past midnight, so that was already sort of fishy. I was like, dude, what the fuck? When can I try this shit? And but then I was reading on the thing to see, oh, does the label give me any more info about it? And I read that it was produced in the United States inside the Hobby Lobby that we so often went to. And I was like, what in all fucks? But yeah, when I was a kid, I would have liked to play with fucking glitter, dude. Like again, this. But wait, let me go get a tissue. Alright. Yeah, bro, by the way, let me also make sure I don't have work today. I don't believe I have work. I need to be sure of that. On this secular talk to react to. Dude, that'll give us a breath of fresh air from Matt Walsh. Okay, dude, I'm so high, I'm struggling to see what the fuck is. What? Okay, so it's the 23rd. Yeah, it's the 23rd. Oh shit, yeah, I work from 6 to 1 today. Oh well, fuck me, dude. Yeah, I do have work. Of course I fucking work, dude. Yeah, fucking course, dude. So like, honestly, if I have work, I might not want to take my Percocets. If I have work in like fucking 2 hours, dude, fuck no. I'm not doing that shit, but
Girl, that you can find a police car, a fire truck, a periodic table, because they have those in the toy section.
yeah,
Or
what? Like, what the fuck? Dude, that's so true. Okay, wait, I didn't finish reading this. Because then, like, if I'm just hearing Matt Walsh speaking, since I'm so fucking high right now, it's like, dude, yeah, that is true. I should stop being a drug addict. It is fucking destroying my life. It's just, I can't fucking cope with life being so fucking long, dude. All my failures, my failure here on YouTube, when YouTube's my fucking dream. Dude, how the fuck do you think I'm supposed to cope with this shit? Fucking everyday thing about it? No. But, yeah, let me finish with it. And then similarly, if you're a boy, if you're more autistic, yeah, like, who the fuck has ever said that? Like, before trans people were even like really brought into the spotlight, and there was even like a whole feud over this shit. Yeah, I'm sure if like some little boy like me would say, hey, yeah, little dude, I want some, I want to play with that stuff. Especially if it was to be artistic and not to just throw it around and do dumb gay stuff with it. It's like, would that have been seen as not normal and not acceptable? Would that ever have been seen as not acceptable before, like, like, has there ever been a point in time, including now, where, like, if a boy wants to play with glitter, because, like, let's say you had homophobic parents, or transphobic parents, and, you were, like, just a boy who, was their kid, and you asked them, hey, can you buy me some glitter? I want some glitter, that's what I want. Would they see that as sus? Or would they be like, well, you're a little kid. Like, yeah, of course you'd like something shiny. What little kid doesn't like shiny fucking things? Like fucking of course, dude. Like, people like fucking shiny, like metals. Why do you think, like, little kids like metals so much? Why do you give little kids fucking metals? Because it's... What? Okay, I'll be right back. Do you think fuck my stream isn't like bye bye? I'll be right back, okay? Okay, dude, here I am. I am back. I took advantage of that to go grab some food, right? So we got some fruits over. I need to eat more, dude. I don't eat often enough. But yeah, dude, my father was calling. It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, dude, we were on glitter, right? So that's what we're talking about. Yeah, dude, what, like, that's just a normal thing. You like shiny shit of you. Yeah, okay, so I went over that already. Why should, by the way, any still zero, right? Yeah, fuck off, of course, fucking still zero, dude, of course. Uh, shit, dude, yeah. I'm not gonna risk having my live stream go to fucking shit, dude, over having my webcam. What else? Why should you feel the stigma? Stigma, fucking great, dude. They keep teaching me new, I think that's a stereotype, right? Except that it's like twice the same word. Mark of disgrace associated with. Dude, okay, fuck it. Nobody's even watching my stream. I might as well do this shit. Though I like didn't do it like on the last live stream, dude. Oh, dude, that's not all we want to go. Dude, okay, you gonna fucking. And by the way, I got a lot more than that. Right here's just 20. I have so many words that I need to put on fucking flashcards because I need to widen my vocabulary, become bigger brain. Like this fucking dude. These look so gross. Why should you feel the stigma? By the way, let me look at what that word means again. Okay, mark of disgrace associated with um. Okay. Okay, so hatred against the group is what they're saying. Right, way over here. Why should they feel that hatred of saying, oh, this should be shamed and go into a different location? Dude, if somebody doesn't want to sell certain things in their store, and like, dude, imagine being such a fucking Karen piece of shit that like you go to a store, you don't find what you're looking for, and instead of being like, oh well, okay, that shit happens, you're like, well, you know why I didn't find what I wanted at the store, even though that happens to everybody. You know why it had happened to me too, when I'm like better than all y'all. It's because they just hate my fucking race, dude. They just hate the fact that I like don't have a penis and used to have a penis. They fucking hate this and that about me. That is fucking why. It's like, no, just go fucking shut the fuck up. I can't really say kill yourself. Yeah, I mean, I really want to though, but it's like, no, dude, no, you should not be affirmed. It's not like when, like, the parents who, like, should literally be fucking under arrest for child abuse because they aren't, like, they don't give a fuck about their kids. Instead of having to raise their kids like normal parents who care about their kids, you're gonna raise their kids. No, they're just gonna throw them in front of a video game because imagine raising your kids like you actually care about your kids. No, the internet can do that, but then they throw a fit because the internet isn't actually a place where kids are supposed to go, and it's like, oh well, we're just gonna throw away free speech because oh well, it's sort of an environment that's meant mostly for teenagers and adults who aren't little fucking pussies who can't stand being disagreed with too much on something or shit like that. And yeah, let's just make the environment cancer for the majority of people to just fit the ass cream of these fucking whiny Karen degenerates. And it's like, it's the same fucking shit. Like, dude, if you're such a little crybaby degenerate fuck, then you're gonna be like, just such a, just dipshit. Just such a, like, piece of fucking shit who's so self-entitled that you don't happen to find what you're looking for in a store. Like, some stores just don't have all that stuff. But it's like, dude, if you go to most stores, which might have, like, children's kids, kids' toys, other than a periodic table, you'll find all of these things, most likely. And it's like, if you don't, too bad for fucking you. Like, to install fascism, just so these fucking, like, degenerates in the minority can, like, just stop being triggered when they should be triggered, because, like, nobody fucking cares. Like, because they're virtue signaling about, like, oh my god, just fuck these people. Like, why do people who are just such filths, just such lowlives in society, get to have so much of a say over, like, our fucking democracy, when the majority of people would agree that they are Karens? So, shame to go in. Yeah, I read this.
And then similarly, if you're a boy, if you're more artistic and want to play with glitter, why not? Why should you feel the stigma of saying, oh, this should be...
And I hope Matt Walsh is going to agree. Yeah, that's fair. That has nothing to do with trans people. We don't need this fucking law for people to acknowledge that. We don't even need trans people to exist to fucking acknowledge that.
Shamed and going to a different location. Now, first of all, this is perhaps neither here nor there, but as a parent, I believe glitter should be shamed for both boys and girls. I mean, glitter is a...
Okay, to be fair, it can be dangerous, I'm sure. And it probably makes a mess, so... Yeah, only do it outside, but then you're sort of polluting the planet, because that probably takes a long time to decompose, so... I mean, fair, I would see people having reasonable arguments against glitter for children, I guess.
A plague that has been banned from my house entirely for both genders.
Fair enough.
Glitter manufacturers should be raided by the FBI and forcibly shut down, and all of their employees thrown in federal prison. Even just 1 ounce of glitter will produce a mess in your house that can never be cleaned up. A glitter spill is like Chernobyl. I mean, you'll be dealing with the...
Yeah, fair enough. And it's like, yeah, this is just a humane fucking response to shit like this. I think Matt Walsh is just owning them. This is the normie response.
After effects 3 decades later. So the stuff is cursed and should be legally banned. But anyway, aside from that, it appears that Evan Lowe is laboring under the impression that without this law in place, girls were somehow physically prohibited from entering the aisles where fire trucks and dinosaurs are sold.
Yeah, I still have nobody. Fuck. This is so sad.
Sold. Or maybe he thought that these items were hidden down some deep labyrinthine corridor where only those with Y chromosomes were allowed to enter. But this was not the case. You know, without the gender-neutral toy law, girls were easily able to find fire trucks and police cars if they wanted them. In fact, girls could...
By the way, I just noticed I was sort of idle. I didn't listen to a thing he just said. My bad for the 0 viewers I have. I sincerely fucking apologize, dude. Sincerely, motherfucker.
I mean, you'll be dealing with the after effects 3 decades later. So the stuff is cursed and should be legally banned. But anyway, aside from that, it appears that Evan Lowe is laboring under the impression that without this law in place, girls were somehow physically prohibited.
Laboring under the impression. That's gotta be like a new vocabulary word. Laboring under the impression. Laboring, doesn't that mean like fucking labor, so work?
Prohibited from entering the aisles where fire trucks and dinosaurs are sold. Or maybe he thought that these items were hidden down some deep...
Yes, like you'd imagine if you go to like a toy store, like most retail stores, it's what exactly is retail? Isn't that like where you resell things that you're given at a lower price? What exactly is? In relatively small quantities for use or consumption rather than resell. That is, so you literally have the word in your fucking definition. Why do you have the word in your definition? Fucking 3 out of 4 times. You like, there was no words to describe how fucking low IQ Google is. It fucking hurts my brain. But, oh my god, it really hurts my brain a lot.
Deep labyrinthine corridor where only those with Y chromosomes were allowed to enter.
Yeah, and that's true. Like, again, these fucking stores, they would probably, if they have a toy section, chances are they have all of these things, unless they just are so small that they probably just don't have a lot of things in general.
But this was not the case. You know, without the...
Like, this law is legit just virtue signaling and nothing else. It doesn't actually help with anything. It doesn't do anything positive for anyone. It just gives fascism and fuels the flames for transphobes to have a very legitimate reason to complain this time. And they can then say, look what the tranny culture is doing to us, guys. Don't we want to fight back now because this is pretty serious? And here they'd be right about this is pretty serious.
Gender-neutral toy law, girls were easily able to find fire trucks and police cars if they wanted them. In fact, girls could more easily find fire trucks and police cars because you knew where to look. Things were organized in a way that made sense.
Yeah.
And there was nobody stopping them from buying them.
Dude, holy shit, I can't believe Matt Walsh is like, right on everything. Like, dude, when it comes to shit like this, like, he can see, yeah, these people are so wrong and be right on every criticism of theirs. Like, I know some people who will just, like, who are just so dumb, no matter how bad the thing they're criticizing is, like, they'll manage to make a bad criticism. Like, to criticize it for the fucking wrong reasons, to give, like, an even worse rebuttal than, like, the fucking thing they're criticizing. But, like, damn, Matt Walsh is able to do this shit. Like, wow, dude, props.
You know, there was no toy store in California or anywhere else in America where if a girl went to buy a fire truck, there'd be someone there standing and pointing and laughing at them and saying, "Why are you buying that? You're a girl."
Yeah.
That literally has never happened in the history of toy purchases, ever. So this bill is, at the very best, totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Which ironically is something that the author of the bill basically admitted back when the legislation was first passed. Watch.
Once this revised bill goes into effect, children's sections at large retailers like Target are going to look quite different.
So Target is a retail, so quite different.
Maybe one of these ones.
Assembly Bill 1085 to ban stores from displaying children's clothing and toys in separate boys and girls sections. The bill was introduced by Bay Area Assembly.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded. People should get to do whatever the fuck they want because this is a free country. Like, that is just such explicit authoritarianism. Like, this is explicit fucking fascism right here.
Evan Low in February, requiring stores with more than 500 employees, like Target, Marshalls, or Macy's, to display children's clothing and toys in one undivided area of its sales floor.
I am a parent of...
I don't know, I feel like I've already sort of made all the points that are gonna be to make on this. So, like, should I keep watching it? I mean, I'll go a little bit more, and if there's nothing for me to say, I'll just skip.
Of a trans child.
Parents sparked the conversation.
I still am in
Doesn't he talk about a bunch of things?
favor of combining things, and then people can choose.
I think it's a wonderful idea to smush girl-boy stuff together.
Some ask why.
Yeah, so I think, dude, I'm barely paying attention now, I'm just smoking weed, but I think they're sort of arguing that, oh, well, let's stop having a boys and a girls section. Let's just have all the kids' toys together so we could see everything. Dude, if there's a girls section and a boys section, you could just look at both sections. Like, if you think, like, oh, well, this is a kid's toy, you're looking for a specific kid's toy, or you're looking just for just a kid's toy that you think your kid might be interested in. If you went through the section, like, like maybe your kid tends to be more into the toys that are that tend to be categorized to be designed for the other sex, then you just look in that section. Like, you'd think, if you're with your kid, you just go through one section. If they don't find what they're looking for, you go through the other section, and it's like, oh, well, that's all the toys they fucking have there. So you know. And it can't take it that long. If you have the time to look through one section, you have the time to look through both sections. It's like having, like, forcing you to do that doesn't add more different types of toys. It doesn't add you the toy that you're looking for. It's just like, oh, you don't have to waste your time walking through 2 aisles. What if you're fucking obese? And it's like, this is specifically designed for Karens. Like, as if Karens should get to have the biggest say in how our government is ruled.
I change it.
Just because it has a male and female designation doesn't mean that you can't walk to, you know, a male toy and vice versa.
Let's just have a kids section.
News
Yeah. Yeah, I think, wasn't that literally what Matt Walsh said? Yeah, that would be useless. And yeah, I just thought of another reason why it is useless. Okay, dude, y'all could tell.
8 reaches out to
try to keep up.
Lowe's office as he's aiming to reduce stigma and bullying. In fact, he says
How does this reduce bullying? If you just found out that let's say you're a little kid who sort of follows with politics, because otherwise, what the fuck would that, like, imagine you are somebody who just found out, oh, well, you know what our states did? They did this shit. Do you think that is more likely to reduce or to increase the amount of bullying of trans people? If this is the laws that are being proposed on the behalf of trans people, or on the behalf of non-binary people, which apparently that's like a quarter of the fucking population according to them, which, yeah, a quarter of the population is non-binary. These people are hallucinating. That is not true.
remove it. He provides a statement, quote, children should be able to express themselves freely and focus on more important things than stereotypical gender.
Yeah, so shouldn't the markets be able to express themselves freely as well? Because how does this help children be able to express themselves more freely if you're just rearranging the fucking toy section? Like, these people are such fucking morons.
Norms. Major retailers like Target and others support this legislation, and many of these businesses are
Why the fuck would they support it? Just, like, they're just trying to pander to trans people. They just think that's gonna make them look good. Especially since they've already been cancelled by the right for just the stupidest shit, right? And they're like, oh, well, we definitely don't want to go in the direction of pandering to these people, right? So let's just pander all into the other side. Like, just give that a shot, because they're clearly, like, that's, like, the place we've left. That's like, who else, what, like, Target and what else fucking supports this dumb shit? Like, that's clearly not their principled stance on it, just to be clear.
To, you know,
Like, it's literally just a business choice to endorse this.
male
There's no reason why they would, as a matter of principle, want this.
toy and vice versa.
Let's just have a kids section.
News 8 reaches out to Lowe's office as he's aiming to reduce stigma and bullying. In fact, he says remove it. He provides a statement, quote, children should be able to express themselves freely and focus on more important things than stereotypical gender norms. Major retailers like Target and others support this legislation, and many of these businesses already have gender-neutral kids sections. The state is actually playing catch-up on this issue. Toys are toys. Let's make safe spaces for all children and let kids be kids.
Yeah, so when you're going in the store section, it should be, they should get to feel more safe in that, dude, they are with their parents. Do you think that little kids going in, literally the kids section, like, if you're like somebody who is a minor, somebody who's like, let's say 14, 15, they're above the age of things that are in the kids section. So anybody who you're trying to pander to, they're just gonna be with their parents looking for toys. Like, they aren't gonna feel isolated. They're just gonna be looking for their toy. And if there's 2 sections, then you have to go through both sections to make sure that, oh, well, my toy, the toy that I'm looking for, where do you expect it to be? And it's like, bro, okay, I'm just repeating myself. This is so dumb.
So stores are already doing this, which is why we need a law requiring that they do the thing they're already doing. That appears to be the argument. Because it has to go one way or another, right? Either this is a...
Yeah, and it's like, even if the main point is that even if they do that, that doesn't increase the amount of toys or the variation of toys that there are. It just lumps them both into one section. And it's like, it's honestly, like, it'd take you less time to find your toy, you'd imagine, if there are these 2 sections, because since we sort of have these, like, stereotypes of what types of toys girls tend to want to play with versus, like, little kids, little boys versus little girls, we all sort of know what type of toys to expect to be in what section. So if you just remove the section, people are going to be forced to look twice as long, with, like, in the other case, it's like, okay, I guess if you're looking for a toy and it doesn't sort of come as like, oh yeah, we should expect this to be more like in the boys section or more in the girls section. So, like, then it's like, oh, well, where do we start? Well, then it's like, if you don't know where to start, like if you just have a section that's twice as big, it's sort of the same thing, because you're still gonna have to look through that whole thing until you find it. But yeah, like it doesn't, all it does is confuse people more, because when you already have categories to lump certain objects in, you can lump them into two things. That just reduces the amount of time you have to spend looking by a factor of 2. If like the toy you're looking for, it tends to be more appealing to what, if you know which section it'd be more likely to be under. So it's literally just inconvenience for inconvenience's sake, so that the Karens could be happy, because they're fucking stupid.
A law that will impose on retailers the burdensome and utterly pointless task of rearranging their stores to make the toy sections less organized and more difficult
I
to
genuinely feel bad for these people.
navigate for customers, or it's a law mandating something that's already happened. So either the law is cumbersome and pointless or redundant.
Okay, cumbersome. It's like probably words that I don't know because I don't need to know them, because they literally mean like the exact same thing another word means. Let's see. Large or heavy and therefore difficult to carry or use. Dude, I don't know, I'm just high as fuck. I might as well get that, because like if it's a word that's gonna be said a lot, it's like I just like I might wanna learn that shit. Like that could be some use I get out of it anyway.
And pointless. Or I suppose cumbersome and redundant and pointless.
Like, dude, I don't think he's gonna have any new things to say that I didn't already know. Does he have anything else he's gonna talk about?
All those things. So we could stop paying them off, and like if we really feel like in the future we need to
We're in a different room now.
buy their goodwill again, we could easily do it.
Who? What?
This came along and they said, okay, well, you say that marriage is that.
Oh.
Which is like, it's not like here's the point, it's not a definition we came up with.
Okay, let's see. You're onto gay marriage. Let's fucking see this shit, dude. Wait, by the way, since I'm sure since I titled this what I did, I have to watch this, because otherwise that's literally the title of my video, dude.
Vacuum cleaners. We didn't have Clorox wet wipes. It took a lot of effort to maintain.
What the fuck is this dude talking about?
A home in the 16, 17, and 1800s. Women in their proper mindset.
In their proper mindset. Women in their proper mindset. Okay, let's hear this shit, dude.
In my view.
Oh, in his view. Okay, at least he's reiterated on that.
We're so respectful and so honored by the responsibility God gave them of nurturing and developing and grooming children.
Oh my god, this guy. I want to fucking kill myself.
In the womb, because that is when life begins.
Dude, this guy is fucking 2 IQ. Like, nobody could relate to it. Why is this guy fucking speaking at a public event? He clearly has a mental disability.
That women weren't sitting around saying, oh my God, if I was an advertising executive, how much happier I would be.
Dude, different people are attracted to different fucking professions, because like passion, have you ever heard of passion? And it's a thing that drives different people to different places. Like, you think women are just that much fucking shallower than, it's like when you went to school, right? You probably went to fucking private school, doesn't matter, because there were probably boys and girls, right? But like, let's just say like you mostly have guy friends. Okay, well, did they ever tell you? Did you ever ask them like, okay, what are you hoping to be when you grow up? And I was like an astrophysicist, a fucking YouTuber, all that shit, right? And it's like, what would they tell you? Like, different shit. And then when I got to my final year of high school, everybody started wanting to be an engineer. I'm not even joking. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Just over the fucking summer break, over like fucking 80% of people were like, I want to be some type of fucking engineer. Some people didn't even know what type. They were like, I just want to be some engineer. I don't even know what type of engineer, mechanical, fucking whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. I just want to be that. But like before 12th grade, dude, everybody was like, I want to be this shit or I want to be this shit. Like some jobs you've never even heard of that they have to explain to you what it is. Like even when I was in middle school, there was some guy who left to like do some special lumberjack job for the environment and went to like dedicate his school for that. Like I was in there for 8th grade or some shit, so that's what they were going for after. Like they were changing. So it's like, dude, I'm sure if you had asked women like, what do you want to be, they would have like had like different fucking things that just went through a wide range of just varying things, just like men, like just because different people have different personalities and different things fit them. The idea that you're saying women are just so shallow that they like fucking all just this is the one passion they should have, be in the fucking kitchen, motherfucker. And it's like, dude, they tend to do better than us in school now, don't they? So doesn't it, like, wouldn't that indicate that they were fucking better at all that?
They weren't.
Because school, well, I mean, I disagree with the premise that school is supposed to fucking prep us for real life. They never teach us anything that's actually relevant to real life. But I would guess this guy disagrees, so...
I never understood arguments like this, because you're talking about...
I guess he'd say if you haven't gone to school, you're like an uneducated fuck who definitely shouldn't get to vote, right?
Women as if it's a total monolith. Obviously, there's colossal differences when you go from woman to woman. They're all individuals, right? Shit. So, yeah, there's going to be some women who want to be some sort of executive.
I'm going to see his commentary, even though I bet he's going to be saying the same shit I am. Whatever, dude.
Who cares? Let him.
Lifetime.
But his thing is like, no, your proper role is in the kitchen. He almost literally says that. Let's keep listening.
Matt Walsh just fucking said that. Like yesterday, I reacted to him saying that.
That they weren't the primary financial providers in their home. They had the greatest responsibility.
Yeah, and then we stopped fucking up. Dude, black people like you know what they would? They would never own businesses, dude. They weren't allowed for so long, dude. For like, so fucking long, dude. Black people, they couldn't own fucking businesses, dude. And look at you now, here you are in a fucking suit and tie, and it's like, no, that hasn't been the fucking history of how things have been run. Now fucking has it. Except that, oh, now we've improved and now there are gonna be some women who are gonna be kind-hearted and like some poor guys for their personality who they're gonna be supporting, and then guys gonna be the burden who doesn't have a job. And they aren't gonna be seeing that as a burden because they're just not shallow people who genuinely care about people for their personalities. And these relationships exist and they go both ways.
That God has given life. They were responsible for replenishing the earth and nurturing life in the womb, which is
Dude, they're responsible for doing that. You know what they're doing while their baby is in the womb? Their body is taking care of all that shit for them, okay? That's not a responsibility, like they gotta fucking set an alarm, do this shit, otherwise, like, no, like, unless there's a, like, potential miscarriage, they might have to go to the hospital. Apparently, like, I was going to be born already, so they had to go to the hospital and all. Like, in general, what happens is, yeah, once you fucked, unless you have an abortion, the baby ends up coming out. Like, your body takes care of all the work for you. It's not a responsibility that, like, you learn while your baby's in the womb how to take care of him because you have to. No, you just have to fucking sit there and exist.
The most critical.
Like, when it's born, then you have to take care of stuff. But until then, it's like, you're just gonna have to fucking endure. That's
part of the development of children. What transpires in the womb.
It's just how this guy is just grossly wrong on literally everything, dude. How?
And so they have recreated this history that, oh God, it was all just sexism. And
dude, they have recreated this history? No. Are they the ones trying to erase books from the classroom? So like ban books, dude? Is it the left? No, I haven't seen the left try to do that. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Gavin Newsom tried to do that. Now that I've seen this new report, like, shit, I hope he doesn't start doing that. But so far it's been fucking, like, only on the Republican side that we've seen this shit, okay? Erasing history, whatever the fuck. It's like, history doesn't fucking matter for one. Like, you might as well erase it. Like, history has no fucking place, for example, in academics. It has a place in entertainment, solely. There is no actual use that you could have to history other than entertainment. But, like, dude, this shit is not us trying to rewrite history as it was sexism. Yeah, this was sexism, and that's why we're trying to evolve towards better. This is the fucking generation, and everybody's gonna want to be documenting this shit. That like, especially people who agree with the change, they're gonna wanna be marking all that. That, oh, this century is the century for exponential progress, where we allowed gay people to marry despite what this guy thinks, where we allowed women to get to vote despite what this guy thinks, where we allowed fucking this guy to have a say in this because, like, despite what this guy thinks about everybody else, because blackness shouldn't, whiteness shouldn't be a prerequisite to having rights. But this guy would probably agree with that one miraculously, right? Like, how does that work?
We didn't have the right to vote until Susan B.
And
Anthony.
I know, like, oh, I'm supposing that he's against gay marriage. No, I'm not supposing. I know that shit. I don't know anything about this guy, but I know that he's just said what he said, and I know that he's against gay marriage. For that fucking reason, dude, that's enough for me.
In the women's suffrage movement. And I...
Wait. Was it not sexism when women didn't have the right to vote? Look, you guys know me. I am certainly not
you could say it was a different time period. People didn't see it as that. They didn't hate women. They just gave them these specific roles. And yeah, that was bad. And that's why we need to move forward. He's just framing it as trying to say, oh, well, these people thought that the people before them were all these, like, horrible people. But to be fair, as we keep making progress, it's fair to assume that the next generation is going to see all of us as evil for not having made the progress. Like, what with the animal holocaust going on right now, and like, most fast food places will mostly offer things that involve these these Holocaust victims' fucking body parts. Yeah, the future will probably look down at us, but it's like, yeah, that's just, we had a bad culture and we evolved from it. It's not because the people were bad, they were indoctrinated into some bad shit and we just improved society. And it's like, yeah, he's just framing it to try to make it look like, oh, well, we're just looking down on the wisdom of our elders. And it's like, yeah, we, like, our elders had their wisdom within the context of, like, what their fucking social norms was. And their social norms were not as wise as they would be without the fucking sexism shit. Like, yeah, that's true. Even though, like, we're not saying they were just all fucking dumbasses because they believed this. No, this is just an improvement from them. So it's like, yeah, wouldn't we want to learn from our elders to try to get more wise? Because when they installed the Constitution, and, like, that was sort of what they were going for, steps forward, and that's why they allowed us to modify it.
First, to invoke, you know, this is sexist or misogynistic or racist or transphobic or whatever, I think you need to come with a decent amount of evidence before you make those claims, because it's very easy for centrists and right-wingers to just dismiss it and say, oh, you lefties call everything racist or bigoted or xenophobic or whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of the time it's fair. They will literally call black people racist if they are police officers. Like, CNN and MSNBC have released papers calling black people white supremacists.
So I'm always careful with my language on this. But when women did not have the right to vote, is it your contention that it's like, no, that wasn't sexist? It is literally like the definition.
Yeah, I guess you could say it was different social norms, and those were sexist, but we didn't, like, we just saw it as normal. Just like we don't hate animals, we don't see them as not worthy of life. If you had a cow in front of you, you wouldn't feel comfortable murdering it. Like, almost nobody would. But, yeah, they probably, like, black people, they probably didn't hate them. They just thought, oh, well, this is how life runs. I mean, this is all I've ever known. This is just normal. And they just don't see a problem with it. They don't understand that, like, oh, this is sexist. This is just normality to them. So I guess on that point, let's say that's such a minor point anyway.
I don't know, like, how else can you, I don't know how else you can look at that.
Defend life before suffrage.
Whoa.
Because a vote...
Did you hear that? He said, I will defend life before suffrage. He's saying, I will defend life before women had the right to vote. Oh my God. He's just saying it.
And I will defend life before suffrage.
Dude, okay, so we got to the part. So now do we care about, like, what anything else this guy has to say? I don't even know this guy.
Because a vote used to represent the family. When we were a culture...
Oh, yes, so, like, the head of the family, dude, right now, I am reading this book called, Insta Millionaire. Dude, this is the type of book that you want. This is the type of society you want us to live in. The like instant millionaire with Alex Sambos. This is the society you want to live in. What the fuck? That's like not in English. It's like, of course you don't want to live in that type of society because that's fucking horrible. Like, yeah, we like the man who's in control of the family just makes the decision for the family. Well, other members of their family might disagree. And under this family thing, it's like, you might as well say that men don't get to vote either unless, like, they don't have a parent who is alive. Like, unless their father isn't alive. Because, well, then they aren't the head of the family yet, are they? Like, if you're, like, monarchy within the families.
That really valued family and really understood.
It's like, dude, this guy is like sort of funny, but it's like so dumb that it's like, I'm not gonna get any productive fucking news out of talking about him. I'm just wasting my time, dude. Everybody knows that he's stupid. Everybody knows that whatever he's gonna say is stupid. It's like, I don't even need to spend my time debunking him, but it's like, I'm curious.
The natural order that God intended, man serving God, woman following man who serves God, man and woman developing and nurturing children. You only needed one vote.
Hear this fucking howl? That was a woman. Like that, dude. I don't know if I'd be able to make that fucking scream, right? Because I definitely don't have the most manly voice. That was a woman cheering. Yeah, dude, I'm a beta. I want to follow the fucking man, dude. Okay, well, what if the men do not want the same things for you as what you want for yourself? Do you not even have fucking self-will? Like, do you not have what's it called? Do you not have like self-determination? Do you not even profess that sentiment? Yes, I do. There are people who hate themselves. Like, that is
her household.
Oh my god. That's literally one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. The idea that, like, look, the family is just one thing, so one vote per family. Okay, hold on now. Plenty of people.
But yeah, this fucking howl you just heard, that just is fucking proof. We have to recognize. This is proof that there is such a thing as a, like, self-hating member of a group, okay? There are some self-hating fucking gay people. There are some self-hating white people who will just talk trash about the white race. There are some self-hating fucking trans people like fucking Blair White. Like, she just hates people like her, right? Like, there are fucking, like, all that shit. Fucking black people, a bit of all of that, dude. So, yeah, just because somebody is, like, a member of that group, that definitely makes their point of view, like, maybe if they're going to talk about that group, if you're going to assume that everybody else is bigoted, it's like you could say, oh, from their point of view, what do they have to say because we're talking about this group? Like, if there was a certain thing happening with this group, like discrimination, maybe, like, it's fair to ask somebody within that group how they've experienced it, but then it's just gonna change from person to person, and if there was a mainstream opinion that goes, like, there would be discriminatory against, like, some group, you'll find people even within that group who will share that opinion because it's so widespread.
People live in a situation where their mom or their dad or one of the kids is a total fucking prick or an idiot or ignorant and doesn't follow what's happening. Yep. You think everybody's in perfect harmony at all times with their family and, like, yeah, we're all one in every single way, shape, and form.
Yeah,
no, people have different opinions. There are plenty of families where this one's a Democrat and this one's a Republican and this one's a centrist and this one's a socialist.
Dude, I might look at this later because I really like secular talk and this is gonna be fucking amazing, dude. This is gonna be, like, entertainment center right here, boys. I'm gonna grab a bunch of fucking snacks. I mean, I already have my shit, but I'm live streaming. But, dude, I'm gonna watch this. Firstly, let's talk about him with game.
Don't be mad. We lose that. What do we need their goodwill for? So we lose the goodwill of NATO. Okay, who cares? What does that mean? What are they gonna do? They just be sad about it? If we come back around and try to offer them money in the future, are they not gonna take it? Are they gonna say, "Well, I don't want it"?
Okay, this is pretty funny, but that's not what I came here to hear him talking about. But now he's got me, dude. He's entertaining me.
No, the goodwill is just us paying off all these countries all the time.
Fair enough.
So we could stop paying them off, and they'll like, if we really feel like in the future.
Yeah, dude. We should stop paying Israel. for their genocide. You're fucking right. Holy
future, we need to
shit.
buy their goodwill again. We could easily do it.
Yeah, dude, stop funding. I've canceled. Stop funding Israel today. I could not agree more.
You know, but no other countries have to do this. And I still would like to know what.
Dude, yeah, we are the richest country. We're just in alliance with a lot of countries now, aren't we? So, like, we help others around the world. Like, isn't that good? Like, you want us to stop helping people because, well, number one, why should we have to do this shit? Okay, so you're just saying we should be selfish. It's good to be selfish because these people who are not the richest country, who are therefore probably struggling more than us. Except for Israel, they have fucking everything we don't have. Free healthcare, all that shit, dude. They have everything. They don't need our money, right? Like, yeah, fucking Iran, dude. It's like they're probably worse off than us. Like, is that their fault that some kid was born in Iran rather than the United States? Okay, well, if we can help them with humanitarian causes. It's like, that's the baseline minimum to keep, like, to keep our place as the best country. Because otherwise we're just a selfish, like, piece of shit country. If we don't help others, like, if we can, when they have so much less than us, it's like, why wouldn't we do that? And again, like, the taxpayers should get to decide. So, like, and I've talked about this, and this is a whole other, like, rant I'm going on. But it's like, we should have a taxpayer system where we have a tax breakdown, and everybody gets to choose how much of every penny they spend goes into funding what plans the government has. So, like, what the government uses its tax budget for, it should have to break that down and explain exactly how it's going to use it. And the taxpayers should get to like some system where they get to put input as to what goals they want the government to concentrate on, to get to expand the taxpayer system, so that it can be a menu that is expanded to the taxpayer's wish as to how they want to represent themselves, instead of having to have politicians who are paid off by donors and get to their place just thanks to donors to claim that they're gonna represent the people because that's just a necessary step to get the power. So I think there should be that, and from then, it's like, yeah, of course people should want to contribute their taxpayer money to helping fucking starving kids in Africa or whatever, since we're so rich and we could fucking do that. I mean, we're not starving over here now, fucking are we?
We need their goodwill for.
Or like, maybe some homeless people are, so then we fucking house them over here. So are you for that? If you're like, we should be selfish, how, okay, concentrate over here, dude. So you're against free healthcare. I don't even need to, like, question that. The idea Matt Walsh would be for free healthcare, that's not even on the table, right? I've never seen him say he's against, but fair assumption. Okay, housing the homeless, dude, that's like, that's a big crisis, dude. We want to focus on the people here at home, on the issues here at home. Okay, go for it, dude. There's a bunch of homeless people, especially in California. Do you want the federal government to do anything about that? Like, tell Gavin Newsom, oh, since you're gonna pander to people, how about instead of doing that with fascism, now you're going to have to house all the homeless in your state. How about we tell Gavin Newsom that? Are you going to be for that? Let me guess, dude. Let me fucking guess.
No, don't tell me it's complicated. Like, really, so the goodwill of NATO, in what ways, in what material?
Yeah, we get it. That's dumb, yeah. Gay people shouldn't get to marry. Get to that shit, dude.
We've been off getting involved in these foreign entanglements.
Yeah, foreign shit. We know you're not smart enough to have good taste on foreign policy, but maybe you do. But it's like we don't expect much. Okay, I'm sorry. We don't expect you to have the best takes on foreign policy.
We've been sending money and resources and guns and everything over.
Like your primary policy. Let me guess. Your first like a foreign policy. What's it called? Your first foreign policy principle would probably be everything to ourselves, our best interest first and foremost, and only our best interest. That's the only thing that matters. Like, oh well, a bunch of kids, a bunch of fucking kids, who cares? A bunch of fucking civilians in Gaza are fucking dying. Okay, well, first and foremost, actually the only thing that matters here, like, is this going to help us for us to like give a shit about that? Is it like, do we care? We gonna do something about it? Are we even gonna say like no to that? Like try to help with that, or like stop fucking funding it, dude? Are we gonna do that? Oh, well, if it helps us, dude, that's it.
Overseas.
So it's like, just based on that principle alone, and I'm guessing that it'd be like your fucking primary foreign policy principle, right? Like, and we can already tell you're not gonna have like very great feedback on foreign policy. It's just gonna be like selfish shit. Where it's like, the world isn't fucking just us, dude. Like, the world doesn't revolve around us, the earth doesn't revolve around the sun, all that shit you've been told fucking fake, dude. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. Does the Bible actually say the earth revolves around the sun? Dude, that might have been something I was told as a kid, but that, like, isn't actually true of, like, all the Bibles.
For decades, all to accrue all that goodwill and to advance all that democracy. How is it, at what point do we get to start cashing in on any of this?
Dude, you know that most of the budget of the U.S. is either going towards oligarchs or mostly going towards things in the United States, like you do realize. Most of our budget is not going to Ukraine or our infrastructure. Like, the United States economy would collapse if that was the case. If most of our budget went to foreign affairs and helping foreign countries, we wouldn't be the biggest nation anymore. It would take, no, it wouldn't even take months, dude. It would take like a week. We would be just inside the Great Depression again. Times,
see, fighting in
times fucking 20.
Defense, that makes sense. That's an immediate, direct. Okay. Even fighting for resources, fighting for land. That's something that's solid and real. Wars have always been fought for those reasons. Not always justly, sometimes justly, depends on the circumstances. But these days, whether it's
gay marriage. Talk about fucking gay marriage.
I did not say that gay parenthood.
Yes, talk about that shit. Oh, what the fuck is this now? Dude, okay, 2608. Am I gonna have to refresh the page? Of fucking course I am. Oh, great. Dude, here we go. Oh, dude. Fucking, I want to kill myself. What is this? What is this? Where did I see this? What? Okay. Dude, I'm probably gonna have to find. Was it 26 something? Okay, I don't care about that. It's not this. Not fucking that. Okay, I like Tucker Carlson. Okay, Bud Light. You're still talking about this shit, dude. Wow. Okay. No. I think we're getting there, though. Fat phobia. It's like the stupidest shit. Yeah, it's unhealthy to be fat. It shouldn't be encouraged. But if you look around you, there is literally nobody ever who will, like, go up to some fat person. Unless, like, even if the fat person provokes them first. The idea that it's common for people to be like, hey, you're a fat piece of shit, or to shame them. And then I think here it is.
So California.
Like, if it's common for them to shame them in any way, it's not. That never happens. Like, that literally never fucking happens, dude. Okay. Let me see, so I was at 23. Let's go all the way back to, like, where was I just at? 2346. Okay. How about we play this back even so 4 times? 26. Okay, wait. And then I went back a little bit. 2608. Okay, 2608. That's... We fucking got this shit, dude. Okay, 2608. Just don't do dumb fucking bullshit again. What was 2608? Oh my god, dude, I might have to just,
So California's.
Okay. Now I don't think it can fuck with me anymore. Because I could just press back and it'll... Having gay parents is worse than a child having a... Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, so he's talking about that. Oh boy. Oh no, we definitely want to see this shit. God damn. Dude, I still have an hour before I need to go to work. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, explicitly called gay surrogacy. Surrogacy. Yeah, of course, dude. Okay, a surrogacy definition. What is this shit? Oh, of course, dude. The process of giving birth as a surrogate. They literally have the word in their definition in both definitions. Let me guess. Being a surrogate is the word that describes what it means to be surrogate. You fucking retard. A substitute. Deputizing. Make a deputy. Just fucking literally just fuck off, dude. I'm done with this shit. Okay.
And denigrate.
Let's see what's the human trafficking by definition. Wait, so now I need to know what this word means. Oh, great. Okay, so basically gay marriage. Okay, like I won't get to know more about this. Whatever, dude. I give up. I'm gonna go grab a tissue. Dude, am I gonna start smoking a blunt or some shit? I mean, nah, fuck that. I can just get my weed and like these little quantities. It's much better, dude. Yeah, just much better. Let me verify that I have 0 views. I legit checked that like a few seconds ago, but yeah, this doesn't seem to be doing very well. This fucking live stream of mine. Like, what do you want to know, dude? Thank fuck I have a passion in this. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep going with it.
The practice, saying that the adopted newborn baby is, quote, immediately torn away from the woman who birthed
Okay.
him to be.
So, no, I don't think that there has ever been a case where, that's what they do in the animal industries, actually. You know the veal industry? That is what you're describing. If there had ever been a case, this guy's fucking insane, dude, where, like, fucking gay parents, how do they get their kids? Oh, well, there's basically some industry where people just kidnap newborn kids from their parents who want to have them, so that they can give them to a gay married. Like, you have people in the orphanage. Do you think the state wants to be having, like, more people? Do you think the state wants to have its prisons filled? Do you think the state wants to have crime and all? Like, when the state's whole fucking purpose is, like, to stop crime. And, like, all of that stuff. But it's, like, one of the primary goals. It's, like, no shit, they don't want all these people in the orphanage. So why would they just kill babies from their parents? Like, what good would that do to anybody?
Be intentionally raised without a mother.
If his clarification isn't firstly, I didn't fucking say that, that's bullshit. It's like, oh my god, we're in for a treat here.
Or father.
Your fucking response. Let's see this shit.
Okay, so now this is interesting because they're correct about everything that I said there.
What? Dude, okay, no, now you need the evidence. Show me the industry. What industry is doing? So they're kidnapping straight kids from their parents. These aren't parents who don't want their kids. They're putting them up for abortion. I mean, for fucking adoption. Yeah, they're putting them up for abortion. That's fucking great unintentional quote for me. Let's read this shit again, dude. Just in case I'm too high and did. During the podcast, he explicitly called it gay. So, dude, no, this bothers me. What's gay surrogacy? Yeah, meaning. To share a genetic connection with their child. Which, yeah, how does that use? By using an egg donor? Oh, so yeah, that it basically make it so that gay people could get pregnant, but it's like with a woman who just donated their like whatever they need to get pregnant. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And he's calling that sex trafficking. Of course, now I sort of get where he's coming from with the sex trafficking claim. But like, dude, if what this is pretty much like they get to ovulate or whatever it's called, like whatever they need to make a kid, like you'd combine the sperm with this shit, and then it'd make a kid. I doubt that an already formed kid could be combined with sperm to just like change its genetic code and like change who like the actual father, like pretty much make it as if it just, I don't know, just like put just get a surgery while the mother's pregnant, assume that come into the child, into the baby's asshole or some shit, and like the genetic code for who his parents are supposed to be is gonna change. Is that like, dude, maybe I'm taking them out of context. So called gay surrogacy, human trafficking by definition, and denigrated. Yeah, great fucking another weird interlude. The practice saying the adopted newborn baby is immediately torn away from the woman who birthed him. But she didn't want a kid. It's not for her. That's like, what? They were never together. They never even saw them. To be intentionally raised without a I guess that like I would imagine it'd be more ethical for you to just take a kid from the orphanage if you're not gonna be able. But it's like, okay, dude, I guess if it was like an actual fact that gay parents do a less good job at raising their kids than straight parents, that'd be a fair claim. That like, if you're gonna raise kids, you should have to take them from the orphanage if you're not gonna make them. Like, this is, but it's like, again, I'm for freedom, but I get, like, now with the context of what that word means, like, funny how I had to look through, like, so much shit to fucking get what it is. Okay, I sort of get his position, although I couldn't disagree with it more. It's like, human trafficking. Who are you trafficking? Let's look up, so what is that when you, like, smuggle somebody, through the border? So recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of people. Yeah, like, against their will, by the way. Fraud or deception with the aim of exploiting them for profit. Yeah, so, and you also have to be smuggling them through a border. Otherwise, it's not trafficking. Like, if you bring somebody to your house because you want to, I don't know, take advantage of them. Like, I don't know, some shit happens, you're like, dude, I really want to make a fucking deal with you. I want to make a business deal, but it's like, let me bring you to my office where I have, like, all the pictures of all my family members so that, like, you sort of feel bad for me. And it's like, you're more inclined to just take whatever deal I offer you because, like, I just look like a good person, and it just, like, apparently people do that. You're not human trafficking if you do that. And under this definition, like, if you bring someone to your office because, like, you think your office will just give you the, like, the fucking, what's it called? Will give you the upper hand in terms of, like, like, whatever, you know what I'm saying, dude. My words, I'm dumbass, but, like, yeah, that's not human trafficking, but, yeah, I don't see how that fits that definition at all. Like, any fucking definition of human trafficking.
Okay, so now this is interesting because they're correct about...
Like, again, like, are they getting the, like, gay guy to rape the woman and then get her to be pregnant and then get, like, was that woman trying to have that child for herself?
Everything that I said there?
Like, unless the woman was trying to have that child for herself, even if it literally comes out of her body, that wouldn't be
I did
sex
say
trafficking. And like, why on earth would they do that shit? Like, what type of woman would accept to do that? Get pregnant to give their baby to just some random gay people who wanted to have a baby, and it's like your baby is like half the baby of some gay dude. Like, that's just so freaky. Like, not even like, you don't have to be homophobic for that to sound creepy. Like, imagine if some random girl, you don't know them, she's like, hey, I'm gay, I couldn't be less into you or attracted to you, but like, basically, could you have a baby with me? We're not gonna have sex, we're gonna have some like procedure. Like, imagine if guys could get pregnant and not girls, right? And they're like, okay, you're gonna have some procedure, and then there's gonna be this baby inside you that's basically gonna be mine, and you're gonna be like giving them to me, like, after it's born. Like, and I don't know, maybe Matt Walsh is mischaracterizing what's actually happening. Like, how does this shit work? Using a vitro fertilation. You know what that means, motherfucker? I'm going to look it up, but I already sort of know what it means. I haven't heard, but I'm guessing it's a machine. It's a machine. It's not an actual person. So does that happen inside the mother? What? Where does it happen? Outside the body. Vitro means outside the body. Do you see this shit? Vitro means outside the fucking body, dude. Okay, so vitro fertilization. This is how they do gay surrogacy. Using vitro fertilization. I wonder if he mentions that anyway, because I literally am. You cannot find somebody stupider than me. Like, everybody knows that. Anybody who knows me knows that. Your whole shit debunked it. Like, there you go. The mother probably never even gets to see the kid. Never has any interaction with them. Okay, so Matt Walsh just got this shit fucking completely debunked. Like, this is complete horseshit what you just said there.
All of that.
Okay.
And I'd say it again. I mean, I've said it many
Okay, dude, say it again, because you're still wrong. Whatever you were about to say, dude, go for it. By the way, how long do I have to keep watching this shit? Like, half an hour, dude. Kill myself.
times. But they're wrong.
I really want to watch all this shit, but now I'm feeling like I might not get to.
They're intentionally wrong on one important detail. There's one thing they're wrong about.
I wonder what that is. What is it?
I did not say that gay parenthood is human trafficking or...
Okay, so 2609. Let's just write that in case I forget it. So let's look at the statement again, shall we? Okay. Where are we at now? Come on.
We lost in the future. We need that. What we're told all is in the future. But it doesn't matter how old you are, unless you're like 100. Advancing democracy. Wars is given these abs cases, amputation of limbs.
Okay, called gay parenthood, a selfish act of human trafficking. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, now you did say that. I saw a clip of him saying that. I saw people reacting to him saying that, like the YouTubers I look at, Secular Talk. I saw him reacting to that clip, so he definitely said that. So yeah, I guess fair enough. They did mischaracterize him in that regard. Like, great fucking point, dude. Is this the timestamp or 09? I think. Was it 09? Did it? Yeah, 2609. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Oh. Okay, dude, that's good enough.
There's one thing they're wrong about. I did not say that gay parenthood is human trafficking or worse than having limbs cut off.
Yeah, you did say that. Okay, so what you said, and I remember, so he was like, look, somebody would be much better off without one of their limbs than without one of their parents. And it's like, I would agree in the sense that it, like me, for example, and this has always been the case. If it was told to me, oh, your mother is in like critical danger, she like is more than likely to die, but if you have one of your limbs amputated, there is some procedure that we can do only with your limb. Like, we need your limb, your whole leg, both of your legs. We need one or both of your legs to be able to save her life. Any child would say that, and it'd be like, of course, they'd live much better, like, having their limbs cut off than, like, just having lost their parents. Any kid would, but then it's not the same thing. But that's specifically what he said. He said, and I wonder if he's going to bring up, like, that quote and try to misframe it, because, like, that is what he said. He was like, well, it's much better, unarguably, for somebody to, like, be raised with one of their limbs missing than to be raised with one of their parents missing. To be parentless. And it's like, fair enough if you actually lose one of your parents. Like, one of your parents dies, that is way more tragic than you losing a limb. I agree. But, like, he was saying that in respect to gay marriage. That's what he was referring to. I'm not gonna look at the fucking video, go back to this shit, because we're already low on time, but yeah, I remember what he said, and that's what he said.
What I said is that commercial surrogacy and raising children to be intentionally motherless or fatherless equals human trafficking and is worse than a child having a limb cut off.
Yeah, so, yeah, exactly. So that is what he said. Except that, what was he saying that in the context of? He was saying that in the context of why gay people shouldn't get to like raise a kid, because oh, they're gonna be motherless or fatherless. And it's like, anybody would agree when you throw the blanket statement, and Matt Walsh is great at making these, like making some statements that like vaguely alludes to the topic he's talking about, but that's like sort of like can be mischaracterized, and just going little by little, like in 2 or 3 steps, just rewording it to where it sounds like it's a like perfectly legitimate claim, but it's just no longer related to what he's saying. So it's like, yeah, it's worse for someone to like have to be motherless or fatherless than to have one of their limbs cut off. Well, not for me, by the way, because like my father, I see him every year or so. He definitely doesn't raise me. Like, basically, I was an accident, and my mother was like, no, I don't want to abort the kid, and my father was like, I don't see myself being able to raise a child. And on top of that, my mother and father were already, like, they had already separated by the time that news came out, so, like, yeah, I was never raised by my father, and I would much rather have it this way than have one of my limbs amputated, and it's like, no, so it's like, when you frame it that way, that makes sense in the sense that people are gonna be like, oh, well, how would this sentence make sense? Oh, in the way that, oh, well, you'd much rather, like, anybody can relate to that, like, oh, I'd much rather lose my limbs than lose one of my parents. And that's, like, that's perfectly fair, and when you say it that way, like, with all your confidence, people tend to think that, because that's the only, like, reasonable way to interpret that. Yeah, that's the only reasonable thing you could be saying with that sentence. But dude, like, my fucking nose, dude, I hate this shit. Jesus, dude. Okay.
Like, a child being raised without a mother or father intentionally is even more harmful than a child being raised without a limb, is what I was saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, dude, yeah, I'm just gonna go right now. Fuck it. Wait. Let's see.
Now, that was the point. Now, it's true that gay parenthood inevitably involves both of those things. Surrogacy.
Yeah, it's just not in the context of Like, yeah, they have two parents. They already, like, imagine if you're adopted by a man and a woman. It's like you have two parents. Like, okay, dude, we might keep reacting to this shit later, but yeah. Anyway, for now, I really have to go. So still not one single live chat. Whatever, dude. Fuck this shit. Bye bye.